Corey Holcomb is a very polarizing comedian. You know, he's known for going after Hollywood, talking about the Backdooria crew. Saying a lot of these guys get put on. They don't get put on by their hard work and ingenuity and the time they put in. They get put on by doing a lot of backdoor activity, pun intended, right? They take that ride down Hollywood and Vine. And he's come under much scrutiny for this. He's also come under scrutiny for criticizing other comedians, saying that they're not funny. One of them in particular is Dave Chappelle. Now, he often goes in on Dave Chappelle, saying he saw Dave Chappelle bomb on stage. He says that Dave Chappelle doesn't have a funny comedy show. Now, I vehemently disagree with that. I think Dave Chappelle is one of the funniest comedians of all time. I think the way Dave Chappelle mans the audience and his stage presence is second to none. You know, he's up there with the Eddie Murphys and the Richard Pryors and all those guys, man. You know, he's definitely up there. He is a powerhouse, right? Now, the thing is, I agree a lot of times with some of the things that Corey Holcomb say, but sometimes I think he goes too far. But there's one guy that takes umbrage with what he says all the time, and this is Donnell Rawlings. Now, him and Donnell Rawlings, they've been trading bars back and forth online, going back and forth to the point where I thought it may come to blows. Because Donnell Rawlings, he rides with Dave Chappelle. That's his homie, right? They go way back from the Dave Chappelle show, right? But things came to a head one time at the comedy club in L.A. when Donnell Rawlings was there while Corey Holcomb was performing, and he interrupted the show. Y'all remember this?
Mild sauce, my nigga, mild. M-I-L-D. You ketchup. You ain't hot sauce. Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we at the what is this called? This is the Laugh Factory. We was at the Savoy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. Be like, get your
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn.
And
you ain't never with them rooms.
Now, him going in on Donnell Rawlings was crazy because y'all remember he called Donnell Rawlings a mild comedian. And Donnell Rawlings was very upset with that. He said, man, you can't do venues where you come down to where the black folks at and make them laugh. You got to go here with these mixed crowds and cater to these W folks. Basically, that's what he was saying. He was saying, like, your comedy is mild, and it's not the comedy that's centered around the hood where we laugh. It's for those people. You don't belong around us, right? And Donnell Rawlings was very upset. He started yelling out his accomplishments while Corey Holcomb was on the stage performing. Check it out.
Because I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight up. You want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters is straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask them that you know what I do. Okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation. No.
So Corey Holcomb being from Chicago, me being from Philadelphia, he's on the blackity black stuff. He'd rather ride the Chitlin circuit than go to Hollywood or date outside his race and deal with all these different things. He's on the blackity black situation, right? And I'm not mad at him because I am too. And he calls these guys out, right? He says that, you guys rather cater to the W audience. You don't really want to come down to where we at. Y'all talk that black stuff, but y'all don't live it. Right? When we see you over there with them. You're not really part of us. And he's been going in on them for a long time without Donnell Rawlings being able to really defend himself, because Donnell Rawlings wasn't really speaking on the platform to black people the way that Corey Holcomb does, right? So now he has a chance when he bombs the show. Check it out.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip lights?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb. Anybody. And you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster.
I don't say you.
No, you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I didn't say
and
you.
saw.
Your comedy is mild. It's mild.
You know what? You know what you're doing now? You're a provocateur. You know how to incite people. Ain't nothing mild about my.
People look at you.
Ain't nothing.
You was at the mall there, put you out with your hot dog in your hand.
And guess what? You can say what you want to say. You calling me a mild comic is totally off.
So you a strong comic.
I'm a beast.
And see, not Dave Chappelle, Corey Holcomb knows what he's doing. Corey Holcomb is not mainstream, right? Like some of these guys. So he likes to poke the bear. He likes to press the buttons because it keeps his name out there. It keeps him relevant, right? And he's saying, well, I know that I'm funny enough to handle this, so I'm going to go after these guys because they're not funnier than me. Now, I don't think they're funnier than Dave Chappelle, but him going after Dave Chappelle creates this type of controversy, right? And he's telling Donnell Rawlings that you're mild. You don't belong there. You're getting booed off the stage. People are walking out. He's saying all these different things to Donnell Rawlings. So Donnell Rawlings, he gets upset and he goes to TMZ to do the interview because the world is seeing this. Everybody's watching and everybody's wondering, what's the problem? What's the problem? I thought all comedians got along. We find out that they don't. So this is what Donnell Rawlings was telling TMZ in the interview. Check it out.
I think comedians nowadays, they're trying to sell controversy over comedy. I wasn't there to watch Corey. I had performed myself, and I was about to leave, and they announced that Corey's about to perform. And I know that he had said some ill things about Dave Chappelle. I know he said some ill things about some of the openers of Dave Chappelle. So I just sat there, wanted just to see what his take on what he felt about comedy or whatever. I sat there and I just waited. And then when he made the comment about that anybody that's done 3 movies in comedy has performed fellatio, I said, wait a minute, I've done 3 movies, right? And I've never been accused of that. And then I also fact-checked his IMDb, and Corey himself has done 4 movies. So I think he might be guilty of his own joke. It's unfortunate it came to this. Should I have yelled out at him? No. But, I've been rocking with my guy Dave Chappelle for years. I'm a little guy to my friends, my fans, and my family. And it was just, for me, it was a buildup. It was a buildup off of a lot of things that's troubling comedy. Corey is the type of comedy, he can go on stage, start with grunts, and by the end of it, you're laughing hysterically. I did not want to scream out at him, but I felt like protecting the integrity of myself and my friends, I thought I had to say something. I thought I had to say something for people out here that have done over 3 movies.
And see, one of the major problems is this. Corey Holcomb is one of many people that talks about Hollywood and that audition room or that ride down Hollywood and Vine. A lot of you men walking backwards. You don't walk in with your chest in the air, dignified man. You walking backwards, bent over, right? And he said that in order for you to get into these movies, you have to be in 3. In order for you to get into Hollywood or a great situation, if you've been in 3 or 4 movies, that you did some stuff. You did some strange things for some change. You did some strange things to get in those positions, right? And Donnell Rawlings, he's upset about that. Oh, you talking about my homeboy Dave, and you talking about this, where you've been in 3 or 4 movies as well. So a lot of people are upset because Corey Holcomb has been calling this out for some time, man. He's been on his show really going in on these guys in Hollywood and saying the things that they're doing. Y'all remember this?
The whole nigga, I didn't even know the nigga in there. I thought he left because he acted like he was leaving out.
Yeah.
The security guard at the front told me after all of the bullshit happened that ass like he was leaving, but he was like, nah, fuck, I'm gonna watch. So he had some animosity with me.
Right.
I ain't never did nothing but been respectful to that boy because I'm scared of people that's ugly. Ugly people never get a fair shot in life. Let's just say that. All you people who didn't get the truth, here's the truth right here. On everything I love, the man was watching me do my thing on stage. His jealousy just bust out of him. I didn't say nothing to that man. When I see that man and I speak to him, I'll be like, hey, brother, how you doing? Even though I always knew he was a It's a lot of story. I never liked that. I ain't playing that. I got it for receipts. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody listen to this. I want you to fact check this. When I said on stage, if you've been in more than 3 movies, you probably had your ass. That said, hey! Ask anybody who was there that night. When I said, if you done 3 or more movies, you probably, I don't know how probably is spelled right now, but probably had it in your, that struck the nerve in that for him to start talking crazy and yelling while I was on stage.
The only thing I tell Corey Holcomb is, when you on your platform saying that kind of stuff, and I know it's not true, man, we might have to brawl. Like when I see you, and listen, you can't put that kind of stuff out there like that as a man and think that you ain't gonna get no blowback from it. No. So you go out there saying some stuff. Now, if it's true, right, it's true. But if you go out there, you saying some stuff about another man like that, and it's not true, you can't dictate how that man's gonna approach or what he should or shouldn't say. Because you deciding to you got to be ready for anything when you decide to go that route. When you decide to go that route towards another man, you got to be ready to get down, right? So now, Corey Holcomb was on $1 Million Worth of Game with Gillian Wallow. And while he's on the show, Wallow calls Donnell Rawlings, right? And him and Donnell Rawlings, they get a chance to really confront each other and the showdown. Here comes the showdown, right? This is how it goes down on the $1 Million Worth of Game. Check it out.
Yo,
Why don't y'all just have a battle, man, a standoff, a slam battle or some.
I suggested that.
Oh, you called him out?
Scared of that shit.
So let me ask you a question.
I know you ain't scared of shit between eggs at a swimming pool.
Yo, come on, man, with that.
Baby, sit between at the pool.
Don't get no peace treaty on this. All gone.
No, y'all got to get piece it up, man.
You said I'll kick his ass and all that type of shit. And it wasn't never none of that.
I would, but I'm saying like I ain't that type of guy.
I know, and I would fight back.
Have you ever been penetrated or penetrated a man?
What are you talking about? What you?
You know what? The thing is, Corey.
Oh, brother.
You can't dodge this question because y'all guys don't never answer this question.
So Corey just get right to the point, standing on business, and he asked him, have you ever penetrated a man? And there's a reason why Corey's asking that, because he's exposing Hollywood. And he's saying that there's a crew up there, and they dictate who gets roles based off of a lot of the acts that these people are doing. They're not getting up there by their merits or their hard work or their ingenuity or their sacrifice, their commitments. They're getting up there. No, they're getting up there by their sacrifice. There's certain things that they're sacrificing to get there. And Corey Holcomb been blowing the whistle and exposing this, where a lot of people been saying this. This is not nothing new. So instead of him, he's dodging it, but he's dodging it, going beyond the point where he finally responded to it by saying this.
No, sir.
Say no. Wallow gave a little ass up in jail.
I
Ain't
ain't
this?
mad at you, man, but
If they closed abortion clinics down and bitch itself together had some morals and some respect to themselves, you wouldn't have a show.
hey man, you can't be respectful when you want to be respectful and then be this ass talking crazy to me while I'm on stage. Come on, man.
I understand that part.
No. How about this? When men disrespect each other, they fight each other. That's why we don't disrespect each other, especially like that.
But I don't get grimy though, Corey.
But no, you can't disrespect people. And then you was lying. You was lying about dog.
You are funny off the misery and the trauma of bitch. To hear that. If it wasn't any issues, you wouldn't have a show.
Now, these guys, they just going back and forth, saying a lot of lame jokes towards each other, right? I just think that they should have a battle or a joke off or something. Because Corey Holcomb, he liked to poke the bear and put it out there, right? And Corey got upset. The one thing I disagree with Corey was, Corey said when you disagree with a man, you got to be willing to die or fight. Well, I agree, but Corey, you put that out there like that, you come after a lot of people. So you can't get emotional. You got to stand on business about the things that you say to people, right? So at the end, they might have started coming to some type of conflict resolution. And remember, at the end of the day, these are still comedians, right? And listen, it got funny, right? Because they start really busting on each other by doing this.
You remind me of a brawl. You just say something, and then when somebody say, "What did he say?" You be like, "I don't know. He said something though."
You know what you remind me of? You remind me of a bit of
A BB. He remind you of a BB, a bit of.
A triple B, a big bit of. Hey, man, y'all.
You like an old strip.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You a swimming pool opener, dog. You like the little preacher that just started out. They let him go up there and say something for the main preacher go up there who going home with the money. Hey, man, if I'd have went to the pool party, I'd be rich, dog. That's all I'm saying, man. Your ass out there, dog. You will never get your ass back. But Sometimes people just let you over.
Y'all crazy.
We're gonna get a stripper pole for you, Corey, and just relive your past.
Okay.
You was running around. You was a Chippendale, huh?
If you had on a tuxedo, you would look better in a jogging suit. It looked like you supposed to have on the jogging suit. If you had on a tuxedo, the police would be like, them two.
Corey, you would say I was pretty. What I'm saying is, tell me who fine.
I don't know, you. You sit at the pool between their legs.
Who's good looking?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, who's
You ready to say somebody?
I know some handsome gentlemen. Hey, boy, I'm about to send you some swimming trunks to try to get to the end of this, dog. I'm sending you pool wear from now on.
what does Donnell Rawlings have to be jealous of Corey Holcomb for? I'm just trying to say that.
I got hair. I got 3.
I do hate. I don't like people with hair.
So this is the battle of the comedians. Even the comedians are ready to take each other out. But Corey Holcomb is going to come under a lot of fire because of the things that he says about these people in Hollywood, right? They're going to be coming for him. I agree with a lot of things that he say. I've been calling this out for years on my channel. Corey Holcomb is just a guy with a platform where he's calling them out. And these guys are upset about it. They're upset about it. So they're hearing what he's saying, right? And he knows that he's blackballed from the industry because he don't want to partake in a lot of the activities that these guys partake in, right? And he's been calling this out. But y'all got to let me know what y'all guys think, in the chat room, man. Do you think Corey Holcomb is foul? Do you think that he's out of line? Or do you think that he's justified in some of the things that he say? Let me know what you guys think out there. Leave your comments in the comment section. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.